Hey guys, it's Mike the Wrestling God Smith, and you guys are watching All in Wrestling. This video tonight is actually for the AEW pay per view, Double or Nothing, and I gotta say, dude, it was great. AEW was so great because like all the matches I thought were gonna be, all the matches came out the way I said they were gonna come out. I, like even the match with Jungle Boy and MJF, he won really cheaply because he did a reversal on the pin. I think it was a submission move. And I think when Jungle Boy was doing the submission move, he countered it. I actually seen him do Salt to the Earth. He kicked out of it. Jungle Boy ate the pin, kicked out of it. Like it was a really good starting off match. But I love the I think it was the casino ladder match was great because I got to see all my favorites. I got to see Darby Allin. I got to see Orange Cassidy. I got to see Cole Cabana. I got to see him. I got to see Frankie Kazarian, SCU, and Scorpio Sky, and Kip Sabian in it because it was a fantastic match. But the thing that really kind of surprised me wasn't like the mystery dude. Because as soon as I heard the name like Taz, who can be in the path of Cage, and it just the music hits, and I'm like Brian Cage in my brain. So now Brian Cage, the guy that I thought that was in TNA with Rob, is in AEW. That means if they're bringing him in, they're gonna bring in Rob. He's gonna be a huge success. He's gonna be a huge success if it comes. Because I feel like here's the thing, like Taz, I've always wondered what were they gonna do with him in AEW, either rather than in WWE with ECW. And he could bring him. I think he could give Brian Cage something. And I'm glad that like at least like it was great because Darby Allin was the last dude that literally tried to take on Brian Cage. It took five guys to bury him with the like they tried the barricade. They tried everything to bury him, and they were doing a lot. Like there was a lot of topes, a lot of somersault planches, a lot of stuff. A lot of people falling off the ladder and jumping off of it, which is crazy. I think it's Kip Sabian almost won, but he tried to stop Colt, and Colt just threw her into Kip Sabian, and he was just wrecked. It was just sad. Everybody was taken out, and the thing I loved with this ladder match was ingenuity. It's the thing is like AEW never fails to bring somebody in, and I think with Brian Cage and Lance Archer, it's like the landscape keeps changing day by day. And the thing that I really loved about it because it was like, yo, if he's the number one contender for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. He's got a shot for that title. And the thing is, with Brian Cage, it's like I've seen him, I've seen his work, and I thought, you know what, it's the same thing with WWE with Clarion KK. It's the same thing with Cross. Is that he's just gonna dominate, and somebody's got to stop him. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like it was so good, and I'm gonna move on. But like I said, that was a fantastic match. I did love the women's title match when we got to see Nyla Rose and Hikaru Shida. Hikaru Shida, I've never seen her angry, but I loved her promo that she was talking about. Like she's beating Awesome Kong. She said the Japanese the Japanese spirit is when you fall, keep getting back up, get back up again. And I love that throughout the match she was just dominating. Like she did knees. She literally tried to like think about Nyla Rose. Like she's powerful. She's a beast. But I think when it comes to the Hikaru, it was speed against strength, and it was just ridiculous. I've seen her come in with a half of her smiling, and she's so good. And her best friend who passed away is looking up in the sky and seeing that she won. And I knew, and I was, because I'm happy that she's good. She's gonna be a great champion like Riho. She's gonna be a great champion. She's gonna be so great that she's not even gonna be able to be stopped. And the thing was, it was like, yo, it was just real. It was just real. It was a really good match. Like Swole actually tried to get into some fight. She was saying you ain't. She was saying you a trick. Like all the stuff that I like AEW thought you wouldn't say, but she was saying, and I was having a thing. And the greatest thing, the funniest thing to me in that match, the greatest segment was when Nyla Rose threw Hikaru into the poker table, and she said, "Always bet on black." I lost it. And the thing was, it was great, and I like she chant like Nyla Rose channels that ECW feeling, bro. Like the table, I thought she was going to do like a Dudley, like a Bubba bomb or a Bubba cutter, but she just did the Beast bomb into it, and she still kicked out of it. And the crazy thing is like Hikaru actually did everything she could, and she literally had to just throw her, like kicked her into the poker chip, and literally brought her back in. Did a superplex, did the Falcon Arrow off the top rope, landed it, kicked out of that. Then she said, "I'll try something different." Took the kendo stick, cracked it on her head, and she was knocked out. But she gave her one last knee strike, and she won. I loved it. I loved the match. Um, I loved the Lance Archer match with Cody. It was really good because I see like this is what I was talking about before because I didn't know who to go for because Lance Archer is the same thing as like speed against strength, but Cody knows how to get technique going, and he basically took Lance off his feet by using his speed and knocking him into the poles and distracting him, and then using arm to distract him, and it was great because he did a poison run and broke out of it, did the Cody Cutter and broke out of it and kicked out of it, did Crossroads and literally just went crazy. And they were bleeding, but it was great. It was great because they even though they I guess Mike Tyson saw Arn Anderson do like the pull down, like he did like a sneak pull off the ropes thing, and then Mike Tyson shows it. Like Mike Tyson, that dude was funny. He took off his shirt and literally told Jake the Snake to fuck you, like literally say fuck you, and like literally put the finger up. And I was happy about that because I didn't believe I just couldn't believe it. Like Mike Tyson, and what I love about it, see, is that Cody Rhodes against Lance Archer wasn't a typical match because everybody thought that dude was gonna be Cody. And when you put Cody in a situation that you think he's not gonna beat or he's not gonna come on top of it, if you stack the deck against him, he's gonna end up coming on top of it. And that's the thing I liked about it, guys. The match was so good, like to beginning to end. It was a good pace. Like everybody was into it. The match was paced well. Everybody was there. And the thing I liked about it was like everybody, like Billy Gunn, all the AEW people were there. And the best part is he won with three crossroads and won. He's got a championship the first time in AEW since he was trying to get the world title. And I loved the thing I loved actually even more was I did love the number one contenders match against Private Party, and I think it was Private Party against Best Friends, which I loved. It was really good. I love Private Party. I still love they got I think they're gonna be great tag team champions at some point. But them doing gin and juice is ridiculous. I love how they can just do that like with no problem. And that's the thing. Like even with and this is the thing about AEW that they're more of a company. They're not just a company, they're a family. It's not like the WWE where they're a company and a family at the same time. And the thing was, it had a lot of they have a lot of creative visions to help them. But I did like the Chris Statlander against Penelope Ford. It was a really good match. I think Penelope Ford just has a long way to go. I just think she just has to push herself. Because Chris Statlander is probably gonna get no more contendership at some point. Because I want to see that match against Hikaru Shida. I really want to see if she can win the title, or at least let the title pass a couple of times. Because I think if that helps, that kind of helps the women's division kind of develop as one. I kind of see Big Swole doing it. I kind of see her getting something. I kind of see a bunch of women, like maybe Brandy if she wants to do it or not, if she wants to join. You know what I mean? And like I said, it was really good. I loved the other match that I loved was the match between the Elite and the Inner Circle. That football match was crazy. It actually started off amazingly because the music came on, all the Elite members came out except for Hangman, but I knew he was coming. And the thing, they just run out the field and just start hitting each other with brooms and trash cans, like a straight up like brawl. Craziest thing, like Santana and Ortiz are just like ridiculous. Like them dudes tried to literally get rid of Matt Hardy by trying to throw that dude, throw pepper on, like literally throw salt in Kenny Omega's eyes, put him through a table. He kicks out of it, tries to throw Matt Hardy into the pool and drown him, and he turned into version one Matt Hardy. And then the funny thing is he turns into version 3 Matt Hardy, which is big money Matt Hardy, and back to broken Matt Hardy, and he's doing the poses underwater. I'm still wondering that. And the crazy thing was, like, when he took him out the water, he was like, "You gotta pay for your transgressions," and put him in the. He's like, "What I want you to do is," he puts him through the table, and he takes Ortiz and rings his and takes Santana and rings his bell, and rings it and says, he's like, I want you to do, I want you to take this chair of wheels, and I want you to stand there. And then he's like, I want you to, he punches him in the face. He's like, I want you to take one of these and call me in the morning. And then he takes Ortiz and puts him in the ice box. He said, that will help with your inflammation. I started laughing my guts off, bro. You don't never see a guy get locked in an ice box with a broom. Like, that was hilarious. They tried to drown that dude. He said, I can't. Then he's like, I can't swim. Stop being such a pendejo, yo. That was hilarious. Yo. And the thing is, what I loved everything about it. But the one thing I loved was the bar fight between Jake Hager and Hangman. He has a drink, and this dude said, "Are you here to fight? Or you here to drink?" He's like, "Drinking, fighting don't make a difference." He started hitting him with, like, he literally hit him with everything. And then Jake Hager just slides him across the bar like in Casino. That was hilarious. And then out of nowhere, and then Jake is like like basically choke slammed him onto the pool table. And then he jumps, like, thing is, like, Hangman Page jumps over Jake Hager. Jumps over him. Does like a Batman like somersault. Try to do a drop kick. And then him and Kenny, like, Kenny comes out of nowhere and throws a bottle at his face, like throws a bottle of champagne in his face, and still couldn't break. It didn't even phase him. Threw another bottle of champagne in his face. It still couldn't phase him. Throw a third bottle in his face, phased him. And then the funny thing is, like, Hangman did the buckshot threw him into the bar, and knocked him out. So he's having a drink of whiskey. Kenny's having a drink of milk. And they're like, cheers, brother. And dude said, and JR was like, he loves milk flavored whiskey. I lost it. And then the funny thing is, like, Sammy Guevara is getting, like, Northern Light suplexed over the 50-yard line with Nick Jackson with his ribs, and he does a 100-yard Northern Light suplex on the touchdown and starts dancing, and he kicks the ref for giving him a 15-yard penalty for being too excited about it. I'm like, yo. And the crazy thing was, even when, like, Sammy, like, he was knocked out for a while and didn't wake up, and then literally Matt Jackson literally took Chris Jericho to his limit. Like, Chris Jericho was going to use everything. Took the microphone, took the microphone, used Floyd to beat him on the table. And he's like, you should have stayed home. And this dude was going to throw him into the Jaguar, but Jericho reversed it, threw him into the Jaguar, and he super kicked him into the goal. He's like, it's good. I just started laughing. Like, yo. And the funny thing was, like, I loved about Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara wakes up thanks to the sprinklers. Like, it just shocks him awake. And he says, I won, guys. I'm the last man standing. I won. And he thinks he won the match. Unbeknownst to him, I hear an engine revving. I'm thinking it's like a monster truck or somebody's doing like a surprise entrance. No, it's Kenny and Broken Matt Hardy in the golf cart trying to run Sammy down like in a video game, getting chased by a giant boulder. And he just starts sprinting, running. And he runs, jumps over the barricade into the into the into the bleachers. And the thing about, like, he gets on top of the table, he kicks the crap out of Sammy. Sammy doesn't even know what's happening. He literally, and then Matt Jackson jumps off the bleacher, does a frog splash to does a frog splash to Jericho to Chris, and he's knocked out. So it's just him and Matt and Kenny left. So Kenny out of nowhere, like out of the sickest thing I've ever seen, this dude does the one wing angel off the bleachers into the 50 feet into the wood and splinters him and pins him and wins the match. And I'm gonna say, guys, like, and this is my review. I think AEW Double or Nothing was fantastic. It probably would have been so much better with the crowds, but I'm glad that Mox. And this is what I think about Mox winning with Brody Lee. It was really good. It was fantastic. It was a lot of. I think them knowing each other made it so much fun. Like the rivalry was there, and he said I wasn't gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop believing. The thing about Brody Lee is that it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell with Brody. Why I say that is this is it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell with him because we don't know what he's capable of. And like I've seen him, I'm always seeing him as the exalted one with the Dark Order being the cult leader, and I'm just like, yo, where do we go with this dude? And then I'm like, you know what? We could go three different ways with him, and we probably could build something with him or make him a star. That's what kind of gets me kind of a little messed up with him because it's like it's kind of an upward, upside down spiral. Because to me, I don't know. I don't know what can I really expect from Brody Lee or even the Dark Order themselves, and I just feel like they're not doing nothing. I mean, Death Triangle's probably doing something. They'll probably do something more with them, which I love that they were talking about All Out, and they said that like we don't got that long until All Out. We really don't got that long until Blood and Guts, but like this is the thing. I don't mind Brian Cage being in AEW because it's gonna shake some things up. But if Mox is gonna end up beating him like cleanly, and that's the thing. Like he literally did a paradigm shift through the through the wooden ramp entrance and broke it. And Brody Lee was bleeding and couldn't even he was so confused he didn't even know. Like I said, guys, it was fantastic, and you guys can watch this review over and over. I loved it. I loved AEW Double or Nothing. It was great. It was worth the wait. All the rivalries that are happening now, that are still happening, and the funny thing is, they're not done. They're not done. I can tell you guys by a long shot, they're not done. Why I say that is because they're not. They're not. Brody Lee is going. It's going to be. It's like Brody Lee's going to want to. He's going to want a rematch, or he's going to want something from it. And I believe like everything that they're trying to do with Brody Lee. But to me, it's kind of a backward situation. It's a really backward situation. I don't really hate the guy. I don't really understand him. But it's kind of hard to place with him. It really is. It's hard to place with Brody Lee. It's hard to place with him. It's literally like, what are we gonna do with him? Because the thing is, he's a big guy. And wrestling always had this problem with big dudes. It's like we don't know. And I want him to just do so much more with the Dark Order, and they kind of have like a presence, or like kind of like a mind game presence there. It's not like an NXT where you have Dexter Loomis, where and like Dexter Loomis doesn't need a group. He's just good on his own. He's just really creepy. But anyway, guys, like and comment, subscribe. Peace.